Hey everyone, so have you ever heard that phrase, mad as a March hare? It's one of those really fun, kind of strange English idioms that just paints a wild picture, right? But seriously, what on earth does a crazy rabbit have to do with the month of March? Well, let's dive in and find out.
Just take a second and think about it. Have you ever seen someone just burst with excitement? Maybe a friend who got some amazing news and literally couldn't stand still. Or maybe you've seen someone on the street acting in a way that was so weird you just couldn't look away. It's that kind of pure, unfiltered, almost chaotic energy we're talking about.
Well, for that very specific mix of wild energy and just plain strange behavior, English has the perfect phrase. It's not just a word, it's this almost magical saying. You ready for it?
And there it is, mad as a March hare. It's such a classic. And honestly, it's one of those phrases that, when you use it correctly, makes you sound instantly more like a native speaker. So, let's break it down. What does it actually mean? Well, to be mad as a March hare means you're acting in a way that's, well, a little out there. It could be because you're wildly excited, or maybe you're just behaving so strangely that it doesn't seem quite rational.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? I mean, why a hare? And why specifically March? The words themselves don't give us many clues. A hare, it's kind of like a big rabbit. And March, well, it's just a month. So what's the deal? Let's get into the story behind it.
The answer, like with so many great idioms, actually comes from something people saw in the real world hundreds of years ago. It's basically a little piece of natural history, all wrapped up in a phrase.
Okay, so the origin story here is absolutely fascinating. I want you to picture this. You're in the English countryside maybe a few hundred years ago. Every single spring, right around March, people would notice something weird happening with the local hares. See, March is their mating season, and they get extremely energetic. They'd be seen jumping all over the place, running in crazy patterns, even standing up on their back legs and boxing each other. To anyone watching, they just looked completely, mad. And just like that, this simple observation of nature became a timeless expression.
Okay, so that's the history, which is pretty cool. But how do we actually use this old phrase in a modern conversation? Let's look at some real examples.
All right, here's a perfect example of that unnatural excitement we were talking about. So in Indonesian, you might say, "Setelah memenangkan undian itu, Rina bertingkah seperti orang gila melompat-lompat di ruang tamu." Now, the English version captures that same amazing energy perfectly. After winning the lottery, Rina was mad as a March hare, jumping around the living room. You can just picture it, right? That total chaotic joy.
But hey, it's not just for happy excitement. It can also describe behavior that's just plain odd. Let's take a look at this second one. In Indonesian, semua orang mengira Pak Darto sudah gila karena berbicara sendiri di kebun setiap pagi. And in English, you'd say, everyone thought Mr. Darto was mad as a March hare for talking to himself in the garden every morning. See? In this case, the phrase is all about behavior that seems irrational or just weird to other people.
So, we've looked at the meaning, we've dug into the history, and we've seen some real-world examples. So, what's the big takeaway here? What's the most important thing to remember?
Here it is, the crucial point. Learning phrases like mad as a March hare is your superpower for sounding natural in English. Seriously. Using idioms like this correctly, it's what separates basic textbook English from really fluent, natural-sounding English. It shows you've got a much deeper feel for the language and its culture. It really is a conversational superpower.
And mastering just one idiom like this, it opens the door to hundreds more. And every single one has its own weird and wonderful backstory. So as we wrap this up, I want you to ask yourself, what strange, awesome English phrase are you going to master next?
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing those idioms, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.